This is James Elder for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. I'm at the Funds for You Arena today in Manchester on the Matchroom Sport Card. With me I've got the WBA World Champion Scott Quigg. How you doing, mate?
Very good, thank you.
Good. First and foremost, how would you assess your victory over Stefan Jamoy today?
Yeah, I think what I did, went in there, kept focused, you know, there was all the talk beforehand about potential fight with Frampton and that, and it's, people were thinking, oh, I might take the eye off the ball. Not one bit. I went in there and systematically broke him down.
I've used that word to you before, systematically broken down. Quite a popular phrase, isn't it?
It is when, yeah, that's the way of box, you know. We knew we were durable to the head, we knew we were tough. Yeah. No one's ever took him out that early before. It was only at the beginning of this year, went 9 rounds with the WBC bantamweight champion.
Indeed.
So, like I said, we knew we were tough to the head, and it was just about breaking him down and landing them body shots, and the one that finished it, that it would have finished anybody, yeah.
Now this is out of the way, Stefan Jamoy wrapped up and sealed. We're looking now at the Frampton fight, potentially, hopefully for your next fight. How confident are you if you get that fight that you can go do a job on Frampton?
Yeah, I'm 100% confident. It's one you can't. I've always been confident, and I hope that fight can be made. You know, you ask him the same thing. Does he think he's confident? He's going to say yeah, and that's what makes it a great fight. Both of us 100% believe we're going to win that fight. You ask the public who's going to win that fight, and it's going to be split, and that's why the fight's so big. But I can guarantee you, when we do meet, I'll be the winner.
Did you have any qualms of going to Belfast or going to Ireland to fight if that's where the location of proximity had to be?
Listen, it doesn't matter where the fight is. You know, wherever it makes most business sense, that's where it's got to be. And if that was Ireland, that's Ireland. If it's Manchester, it's Manchester. At the end of the day, a ring's a ring, and once we're both in that ring, it don't matter where it is.
How do you think your performance today compares to that of Frampton against Kiko Martinez?
Obviously, Kiko Martinez was obviously a level above, you know, a couple of levels above Jamoy, but it was the way I took Jamoy out. It's not about. It was about how I did it. No one's ever, you know, Leo Santa. He's only been stopped twice. Leo Santa Cruz did him in 6 rounds, and then, like I said, the bantamweight champion done him in 9. Nobody's ever gone out there and took him apart like that. No, my performance was as good as, you know, Carl's win over Kiko Martinez, even though it wasn't the same level as opponent. He was a couple of levels below.
If we're not looking at the Frampton fight, for whatever reason, not to do with boxing, that fight can't be made, would you be looking at the potential fight with Leo Santa Cruz? I know he's been very vocal about yourself.
Yeah. You know, he's been vocal now, and he's got a fight tonight. Hopefully he comes through with that. Yeah. And that's, if the Frampton fight can't be made, then I'd be more than willing to go and fight Santa Cruz in America. If not over age, you know, I'll go over there. I'll pack my bags now and go.
How much do these fights excite you, as well as being involved in these fights? You're a huge boxing fan, as we all know. It's your life. Yeah. How much does these fights excite you?
Yeah, well, like I say, you just touched on it. The boxing is not a sport to me; it's a lifestyle, and it's the life I live. And I've come into boxing, and I train like I do, and dedicate myself like I do for them big fights. And them fights mean more because you want to test yourself against the best, and they're the fights that I truly believe that I'll go into, and I can win them fights.
When you left school at a very young age to become a boxer and dedicate your life full time, did you envisage getting this far within the professional game? I
always visioned of being a world champion. And I always believed I could. Obviously, at the time I dropped out of school, and it was still a long shot off. You know, it was, as people would say, it was a dream. But I don't dream things. I have a vision, and I work for them. And for my mum and dad to say, yeah, you can drop out of school. You know, I'm not gonna go and lose focus, and that's why I've stayed like I have. You know, my mum and dad backing me to drop out of school, and I promised them I'd become a world champion. And listen, even if I didn't become a world champion, I was still going to prove to them that I weren't going to, you know, go off the rails and start messing about. They did something for me, you know, like repaying with my performances now, and you know, they're proud. Fantastic.
Things in the Gallagher gym seem to be buzzing at the moment. How much do you credit Joe Gallagher with your success?
Yeah, listen, there was a phrase that I heard the other day, something about team. Can't think of it, but it's a team effort. Everybody plays a big part, you know, and it's like a jigsaw, isn't it? if there's a missing piece, it's not going to be the finished article. And you've got to have each part of your team, whether it's behind, in the gym or out the gym, whether it's someone who's supplying you with food or someone who's, you know, whatever. You need that team, and every little piece puts the jigsaw together, and that's why you go out there and do performances like that.
Do you know a secret?
Go on.
I dropped out of school as well.
And look where you are.
Yeah, I dropped out of school as well.
And you know what? You're doing well. You know, and listen, I wouldn't advise anybody at a young age to drop out of school.
No,
but
of course not.
It's not. If you have a vision or you have a goal or anything like that, and you want something in life, don't matter whether you've got any grades or whatever. If you want something, you can achieve it as long as you want it that bad.
Be single-minded in your goals. Would that be a good bit of advice?
Single-minded, and don't let anything stop you going for what you want. You know, it's like people. You might get setbacks in life. You know, if you want to go and walk through a door and it's locked, what are you going to do? Don't turn around and come back. Pick the lock, find a way around it, find a way through it.
Get the pickaxe
and you will, you know, you can't let a lock knock you back. If someone stalls you, you find a way around it. And that's the way, you know, sometimes you're in the gym, things aren't going your way, and you've got to practice and find way around it. There's always a way, but you've got to find it. And that Mayweather uses it. Find a way to win.
100%. Mayweather in action as well tonight. Don't want to talk about that too much. I think it's been overcovered by Quigg so much. Yeah. If I hear Mayweather Madonna one more time, I'm going to headbutt the wall. But
I think you should have gone. Saying that, no, you was there on the top show, but why are you not in Vegas and he's in Vegas?
I often ask myself this question.
Can you not flip? Is it not flip a coin see who goes?
Do you know what it is? From now on, we're going to start. I went out for Kilbrook with Coogan. From now on, we've got a sponsorship deal. So now one of us can go each time, because it doesn't warrant two of us.
Yeah.
Saying that, we only got one accreditation from Mayweather. So if we would have got two, it would have put me in a predicament where I would have had to think about being here or being there.
Well, I'm glad you're here anyway.
I'm glad I'm here as well. Scott, congratulations on your victory.
Thank you.
And I'll catch you again real soon.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thank you, mate.